We are back to winning ways, ladies and gentlemen. Juventus 3, Udinese 1. Professional win, good win. Overall, a very, very good performance from the team, and there was very few moments in that game where Udinese were actually causing us a lot of problems. We were the better team for 99% of that game, and we deserved to get the 3 points. And I love the fighting mentality from the boys. I love the bounce back post Tudor sacking. I think the players really played for him and also played for the fans today. It was absolutely incredible to watch. They gave it 110%, every single one of them. They worked so hard, and we're going to dive into this game very deep into that ocean, right into the thick of it. Shout out KSI, and we're going to analyze this whole match from minute 1 to minute 90. But as always, let me know in the comment section what you thought about the game. Who was your man of the match? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're so close to 10k subs. Thank you so much for all the recent support. It's absolutely incredible. Like the video if you enjoyed, share it with some friends, and without further ado, let's get into this good stuff. As you can see, as I said at the start, we dominated most of this game, and the momentum proves it. Look, we were on top for all of it. They had a little bit of momentum towards the end when the game was pretty much dead and buried. But realistically, even their goal, it came out from absolutely nowhere. Goal from Zaniolo. We didn't clear the ball. Took a couple deflections, fell to him. I think Di Gregorio maybe could have done better. It was on his post. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he couldn't see because there's so many players in the way. Probably should have reacted a bit better. But we were comfortable throughout the whole game. As you can see, we had most of the ball possession. 3.17 expected goals, 25 total shots, 3 big chances. We missed a lot of big chances. We'll get into that. But overall, it was pretty comfortable throughout the whole game. We also got 2 penalties, which is very, very rare. That rarely happens for us. Di Gregorio in goal. On Digre, look, only maybe potential criticism is on the goal. Maybe he could have done better. As I said, that's on his post. For me, you should be saving it, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe there were some players in the way that were blocking his view, but you saw the way that Zaniolo was opening up his body. You know he's going to left foot curl it on your right-hand side. Probably should have done a bit better, but made some decent saves throughout the rest of the game, so I'm not going to cuss him out too much or criticize him too much because he was all right. Kalulu I actually thought was quite good. I think 6.7 is a little bit harsh. He helped Cambiaso a lot on the right-hand side. He was involved in a lot of offensive build-ups, especially in transition. He looked strong. And I think Kalulu in this right centre-back role is so much better compared to when he plays here with Tudor, when he did play there. I mean, come on, bro. Kalulu's a natural centre-back, so he has to play there. Gatti, for me, was absolutely excellent today. Defensively, so sound. Won pretty much every 50-50 duel. Got his goal, which he deserves so much. Big boy header on the back post. Their keeper, Okoye, should have definitely done better. That was a horrible attempted save. And look, he also was the most accurate passer with 97% to play 45 minutes or more. Fair play to Gatti. He's improved a lot. He wears his heart on his sleeve. For me, he's one of those that truly knows what it means to be at Juventus. He's got that Juventus DNA in him. And today, he got his goal and he was excellent. You could see what it meant to him. He was giving it large to the fans, getting them up for it. He jumped in with the fans to celebrate. It means a lot. And I like to see that ambience and I like to see that spirit. Kelly as well, I thought was solid. I think Kelly today really didn't put a foot wrong. On the ball, he looked calm. His recoveries were good. He's really, really fast, which I didn't really realise until today. And again, worked hard today. I have to say, the defence today wasn't troubled much by Udinese, so it was pretty solid overall. So I can't really criticise any of those guys too much. On the right, Cambiaso got an assist for Gatti's goal. He looked way more comfortable on this right-hand side. I've been critical of Cambiaso at times this season. You guys know I'm a big fan of his. He's one of my favourite players at Juventus. But this season, he's not been the Cambiaso of old. And he really hasn't been that since his injury. But the Cambiaso that we saw with Allegri, which was like prime Cambiaso, was playing on the right-hand side. I think he's better on the right when he's cutting in on his left with those crosses. He looks more lethal. He looks more comfortable there. And I really like the dynamic with him and Kostic as the wing-backs today. I'm going to touch upon Kostic in a second. But today, for me, those two, really, if we're going to play a 5-back, I don't know what Spalletti's going to do, to be honest. Time will tell. But I think Kostic and Cambiaso is the perfect wing-back partnership. Cambiaso is more natural on the right anyway. Kostic was excellent today. But Cambiaso, for me, today, he was great. I think he covered the second most ground today as well for us. Defensive contributions were 9. Look, a lot of touches in the final third and 53. 3 out of 4 accurate crosses. He didn't put a foot wrong. And for me, Kostic on the other side, look at this. He created the most chances with 6 in the match. I was a bit like, ooh, Kostic starting. I'm not too sure about that. But Kostic is one of those guys that works hard. He wears his heart on his sleeve. Today, offensively, he gave us a lot. Defensively, he gave us a lot. And can he play every game at 32? Maybe not. Maybe not. Is he the same Kostic we saw in the first Juventus season? The Kostic at Frankfurt? I don't know. He was 29, 28 then. But look, For me, Kostic is one of those guys that can still have an important role in this team. And today, he proved it. Today, for me, that was one of the best wing-back performances I've seen from an individual Juventus player so far this season, bro. It helped out Cambiaso because he was on the right-hand side, looked a lot better. He looked great on the left. That performance from Kostic today was better than any Cambiaso performance on the left that we've seen so far this season. So for me, if I'm looking at this, if I'm Spalletti and I got to watch this game, I'm thinking Kostic definitely deserves a chance to start at Juventus. Him and Vlahovic today, that Serbian link-up on the left-hand side, it was top. It was top. And I thought Kostic today overall really deserves his flowers. And I think him alongside Vlahovic, for me, were the two man of the matches. There are a couple other good players that deserve their flowers, but I think Kostic especially, what he's done, what he's been through, I think absolutely excellent. 7 defensive contributions, 88 touches, almost scored as well. It was a beautiful strike. Keeper made a really, really good save on him. He should have scored. He deserved that goal, but brilliant. Locatelli today, I thought, was good in the first half. He completed the most passes in the match, and he also won the most duels. Second half, he dropped off a little bit, but overall, a captain's performance from Locatelli. Around Spalletti, it's talking, there's a lot of noise and a lot of, let's say, worries that Locatelli won't get a lot of game time because Spalletti and Locatelli, they don't see eye to eye. There was that issue in the national team. Spalletti wasn't calling him up. Look, I hope Locatelli can be an important part of Spalletti's team because for me, he is the captain. For me, he's a good midfielder. For me, he's given a lot this season and he's really, really raised the level. In the last, I would say, 8 months, Locatelli has improved massively. The best football we've seen Locatelli play at Juventus has come in the last 6, 7, 8 odd months, in my opinion. So for me, Locatelli's place in this team is pretty solid. It's pretty solidified. Time will tell on whether Spalletti agrees with that or not. But I'd hope to think that Locatelli is in Spalletti's plans. As for McKennie next to him, McKennie, I'm a bit like, in the double pivot, I don't think he's excellent. I think he works best in a 3-man midfield. But today, he covered the most ground at 10 kilometres. He worked so hard on and off the ball. He was working hard defensively. He was given a lot in the final third. It was a very good Weston McKennie performance today. And again, McKennie's like Kostic. He works hard for the badge. He tracks runners. He does the dirty work. His recoveries are good. And today, I think 6.6 is a harsh rating. Honestly, I don't think many players were in the 6s today. I think most of our team were in the 7s. They were very, very good. Moving on to Kenan in that 10 role. Wow. Kenan Yildiz today, one of his best performances for me that I've seen. I know he got the goal at the end. He deserved it. It was a penalty. On stream, I was saying that he should be starting. This noise in the background is really breaking my balls. What the hell is going on? I'm going to shut my window. Give me 2.5 seconds, boys. 1, 2, 2.5, 3. Okay, I've shot it. I failed the challenge. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. But Kenan today worked so hard. He deserved that goal, as I said. On stream, I was saying, give him the pen. Let him take it. He deserves it. In that 10 role, I think it's perfect. I love how Brambilla played him behind the 2 strikers. That's something I suggested not long ago. That's something that I wanted to see happen because for me, he's got creative freedom there. He can drift to the left as he did. He can drift to the right as he did. He plays well off Vlahovic and Openda. He was threading so many passes through, especially Openda. He missed a lot of chances. Yildiz was playing him. He was feeding him. He was putting food on a plate. And he deserved that goal. He won the penalty. It was an excellent performance from Yildiz. A very mature performance for someone who is, despite the fact that he's incredible and he's our best player, but he's still 20. He's still young. And today, excellent performance. Openda, on the other hand, maybe the weakest out of the starting 11, simply because of the chances missed. Openda's weird. I think he's lacking confidence. I do. Because he passes when he should shoot, and he shoots when he should pass. It doesn't really make much sense. There was a chance where Yildiz played him in the second half. He's one-on-one with the keeper. Just shoot. It's on your right foot, on your strong foot. He tries to cut it across. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think it's a confidence thing. It has to be because he's rapid and his runs in behind can cause a lot of problem for a lot of oppositions, especially in Serie A because the defenders are typically very, very slow in Italy. So he can cause a lot of problems, but it's the confidence that he needs to really take his shot. He needs to work on his finishing. If he can work on his finishing, he can be ruthless. He reminds me a lot of Timo Werner. Rapid, but the finishing is where he lacks a little bit. But I think that will hopefully come with time. Whereas Vlahovic got his goal, obviously scored a pen as well. So had another one-on-one, should have probably scored, but it was on his weak foot. But he worked so hard. He was winning all his duels. His hold-up play was incredible. He was winning fouls. He was bullying their defence. This guy here, Kabasili, he was getting absolutely bullied by Dusan the whole game. He got that big round of applause when him and Kostic came off, and he deserved that. For me, Vlahovic was the man of the match. I think Vlahovic, Kostic, Kenan, and McKennie were the 4 best, and Gatti were the 5 best. Ranking them, Vlahovic 1, Yildiz 2, Kostic, Gatti, McKennie. That was it for me. As for the subs, David we barely saw, Rogani we barely saw, Coop Miners we barely saw. I was hoping to see Zagrova or Miretti. Maybe they're not fully fit, I don't really know. But Massimo Barambilla took charge of one game. He won one game, 100% win record, not too shabby. As for the other games, as we can see on this right-hand side, Como won 3-1 in the end, Roma won 2-1. We were hoping that one of those two teams would drop points, if not both. And we have climbed the ranks, but in reality, it's not really going to mean much unless Bologna and Inter drop points. And Inter playing Fiorentina tonight. And I believe Bologna playing Torino tonight, yeah. So Torino-Bologna, I could see potentially Bologna dropping points. Inter, I don't see dropping points to Fiorentina, which is frustrating. But we've climbed the ranks, we're on 15 points now. Regardless, we're going to be in and around the top 4, which is good, which is a good sign. If Inter do win, we'll be 3 points off the top 4. But we're going to be pushing at least, which is important. And we've got some important games coming up as well. Cremonese. And look, Spalletti's taken over, so time will tell. I think we've left Spalletti in a position where he can easily get top 4. But challenge for the title, 6 points behind is tough. It's possible because we still got to play Roma and Napoli. So it is possible, of course, but it's going to be tough. But with Spalletti, he's got experience. I think he's a man that could definitely help us improve and potentially push for the league title. But overall today, very professional result from the team. I thought we were really, really good. There weren't many times in the game where I felt threatened by Udinese. So I'm very happy with the win. Congratulations to all the boys, and hopefully more wins to come. But let me know in the comment section your thoughts on the game, boys. Subscribe to the channel, as I said, if you haven't already. We're so close to 10k. Like the video, share it to some friends. Without further ado, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night.